Hello, people. I'm back here. This is Aiden Shea's picks for the divisional round of the playoffs for the NFL. Obviously, as a Ravens fan, I was slightly disappointed with the results of the wild card weekend last week, because my team did not end up winning their game against the I almost called them San Diego, but Los Angeles Chargers. They did not end up winning their game against the LA Chargers, but that's not the first game we're going to talk about. But I was, fun fact, I was 3-1 on my picks last week. I called every single game besides the Ravens-Chargers game, so I'll take some pride in that, and I almost got the Ravens-Chargers game right, considering the Ravens almost came back and won that game in the fourth quarter. But weird.
The Ravens lost a close one to the Chargers in the AFC wild card playoff.
See,
the final score was 23-17.
Even Siri agrees with me. Alright, I'm gonna go and not do that. Alright, whatever. Anyway. So, yeah, the Ravens, as Siri pointed out, lost to the Chargers last week. So we got a Patriots-Chargers game, just like I predicted. But the first game I'm going to call this week, or going to predict this week, is the Chiefs and the Colts game. Now, this is probably I like all these games this week, by the way. The one game I don't like is obviously Chargers and Patriots, but this is a very good game. I like this game a lot, and I'm actually thinking that this game is going to be won by the Colts, and it's going to be a close one. I think it's going to be something like maybe 27-24. Simple as that. And like, a lot of people will be thinking, why do I think the Colts are going to win this game? Well, I'll tell you why. I think the Colts are really hot right now. Andrew Luck has playoff experience. Patrick Mahomes does not. There are just multiple reasons, I think. I like Andrew Luck as a player. I think he's really good. I think Patrick Mahomes is really good too. But honestly, if you look at like the statistics, Pat Mahomes, besides touchdown passes, is like almost exactly the same as like Andrew Luck, like in his career, and like how they play and just the way they play, and that's why I think the Colts are going to win this game. It is an Arrowhead, which does give the Chiefs a little bit of an advantage just because they have home field advantage, but you watched the Colts-Texans game last week, which I called for the Colts, and I said the Colts would win, and they did. You watch that game and you realize the Colts are legit on defense and on offense. Luck runs that offense. The defense is really good. Frank Reich does a great job with the defense. I think Luck is the reason that the offense is so good. And then it's just like the Chiefs, yeah, sure, they had a bye week to go figure out some stuff, but I don't necessarily know if they're going to be completely ready for the Colts, because the Colts do things that no other team in this playoffs, I think, does. So we're going to move some stuff around, and we're going to actually talk about the second AFC divisional game this week, which is the Patriots and Chargers. Now, I honestly think, I'm just going to say it right now, I think the Patriots are going to win this game. Now, why do I think the Patriots are going to win this game? Well, I mean, I watched the Chargers beat up on my Ravens last week, and I mean, like, that gave me some hope that the Chargers could win against the Patriots. I was wishing that the Ravens had made it, and I was hoping that they would make it to the divisional round. But there was one thing that I didn't like about the Chargers last week, and that was the fourth quarter that they played against the Ravens. When the Chargers have a really nice front seven, they can blitz you, really well. They can do a lot of good things. But their back end on that defense worried me. Because when Lamar Jackson was not being pressured anymore, when the Chargers thought they had won a game when it was like 23-3, when Lamar Jackson was not being pressured at that point, they gave up yards, and they gave up 2 very quick touchdowns. And it was crazy how bad that back 7 played when it was just prevent defense. And prevent defense is supposed to, stop the big play. That did not even stop the big play last week. And the Ravens almost came back to win the game in the 4th. And if it weren't for the Lamar Jackson fumble, I think there would have been a good chance that maybe they could have won that game. And I honestly think the Patriots, with Tom Brady, with all of his experience, he's not going to lose that way that the Ravens did and Lamar Jackson did. There's no way the Chargers get up 20 points on the Patriots. And the fact is, this is a Patriots team, I believe, with Gronkowski healthy, with Edelman healthy, with Brady playing just as good as he's always played. I mean, people in the last few weeks have been saying, the Patriots are kind of weak now, but I don't know about that. It's playoff time, and Philip Rivers has never beaten Tom Brady, so come playoff time, it's going to be interesting. That would lead to a Colts-Patriots AFC Championship matchup if this were to happen, which that matchup happened back in 2014 in the famous Deflategate game, which I think is a joke because the Patriots beat the crap out of the Colts in that game, and the Colts were whining about footballs being deflated. You don't get to whine when you give up 40 plus points, but that's just me. And then you only score 7 points themselves. But on to the next game. So this next game, the Rams versus the Cowboys. I liked what the Cowboys did last week. I knew they were going to win in Dallas. But the fact is, they're playing in LA this week. They're playing on the Rams' home turf. The Cowboys are a different team on the road. Dak is not necessarily ready to go up against this kind of caliber opponent in the Rams, and that's why I'm going to have to give the victory to the Rams. I just noticed I didn't call a score for the Patriots. The Patriots-Chargers game. I honestly think it's probably going to be something like 30 to 27. But this game, back to this game, Cowboys and Rams though. Okay, so what about this game do I like? I like the fact that both these teams are really, really good. I like the fact that this is going to be, again, 2 young quarterbacks going up against it, and it's going to be, more importantly, Todd Gurley versus Ezekiel Elliott. I think Todd Gurley is better than Ezekiel Elliott. I think that the Cowboys have a better overall defense, but I think it's definitely going to be a shootout. And in a shootout, I like the Rams just a bit better because, aside from Amari Cooper, who do the Cowboys really have at receiver? I think the Rams could win this 34 to 27 or something. 34-27. I honestly think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think the Rams are going to come out on top, though. So the last game this week is Saints versus Eagles. Now, I looked at the stats. This was the hardest one to call. I honestly think both these teams could go on to the next round. I like both these teams. I like Nick Foles. I like Drew Brees. I think both of them do very good things. But I honestly have to pick the Eagles in this one. And even though it kind of goes against the stats a little bit, because the Saints are statistically slightly better than the Eagles, I don't think that slight advantage is going to help all that much. The Eagles have been road warriors in the playoffs before. They did it last year. Wait, did they do it last year? I can't remember if they were truly... No, they weren't. Were they? No, they weren't. Well, last year they put on that great playoff run. They're road warriors this year. They were still underdogs last year. And they're underdogs again. Nick Foles was able to do it last year. And if my predictions are correct, which they might be, they might not be, we'll get Eagles, Rams, and Patriots, Colts next week. I think at least, the Rams and Patriots will probably make it to the next round at the very least. I think I'm going to get those predictions right. As for the Eagles-Saints game, I could see it being like 27-24 Eagles by... I think that all these games this week are going to be very close, but looking at what I think might happen to the Super Bowl, which I won't get into yet because we don't know what the championship games are going to look like. But if my predictions are going to be right, then I'm going to honestly right now think if my predictions are right, then I could foresee probably a Patriots-Rams Super Bowl, which would be kind of a replay, but I don't think that's necessarily going to happen because these games haven't even happened yet. The Rams haven't even made it to the next round yet. No one's made it to the next round. We'll see what happens. I think I'm going to get the majority of this right, to be honest. But that's it. But if I do get this right, then both, interestingly enough, both first seeds will be out. Yeah, both first seeds will be out, but both second seeds will still be in, if I get this right. And it will be, actually, if I get this right, it will be both second seeds and both sixth seeds. It will be a second versus sixth seed. So that will be interesting. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. Because, honestly, even if I got this right, I couldn't predict these things right now because I would have to see what the divisional games looked like, and then I would be able to predict it. Because you gotta think about what team did better in the divisional round. What team did worse? You gotta think about that, too. So that's it. Those are my picks. That's it. That's all I gotta say. Bye.